YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, the brand new fantasy sports channel I have as we're headed into week number 2. We're going to break down our top stacks for the week in this video. I have a bunch of stacks I wrote down, and a couple of them are like just one side of the game. A couple of them are, single stacks. A couple of them are double stacks. Some are full game stacks. So we're going to break all that down here on the channel. So if you do enjoy this, you want to see more, make sure you are subscribed. Hit that bell so you notify anytime I do drop tons of fantasy content. Hit this video with a like. I really appreciate it. As my health gets better, I plan to do a lot more here on this channel. So keep it locked. Stay tuned. This is something that I'm going to be doing long term here. It's my plan. All right, so let's jump into it. We're going to go top stacks here. Now, we're going to start this off with our first game of the day, or the first game of the week. On Sunday main slate. Jacksonville going on the road to Cincinnati. Now, I believe this game has shootout potential. I will say I was a little bit disappointed with Jacksonville in week 1. That matchup against Carolina, they obviously dominated. Travis Etienne looked great. I just expected more out of Trevor Lawrence. Like, when is this going to happen? I thought this would be the year with Liam Cohen, who did a great job with Baker Mayfield, and he just underwhelmed. Speaking of underwhelming, excuse me, Joe Burrow for the Bengals. I expected a massive game against the Browns. I stacked him a bunch of Jamar Chase. I had a lot of Flacco stacks with, Chase bringbacks, and it just didn't go well. And Burrow was dominant in the preseason, so it confused me. But I do think we can get a bounce back from at least one of these teams in this game, right? So take a look at Jacksonville. You get the easy single stack between Lawrence and Brian Thomas Jr. That's an easy single stack there. I don't think Bengals defense is going to be good this year. I know they were pretty good in week 1 against the Browns, but I don't expect the Bengals defense to be good the whole season. You can, of course, easily get the double stack with Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr., and then Travis Hunter, who they said are going to play a little bit more defense this week, but I think Travis Hunter's still in play. You could obviously throw in Brenton Strange as well if you wanted to go with the triple. I definitely prefer the double. So you go with the Thomas Strange, and then, of course, you run it back with Jamar Chase, and maybe even a Chase Brown, who looked, pretty good in week 1. I thought we'll get a little bit more out of him, but he looked good. So there's a full game stack right there. Cheap defense, another value, and you're locked and loaded there. Of course, for the Bengals side, we can get the double with Burrow to Chase and Higgins. It's a little bit more expensive, of course, but it's still able to work if you got a couple of good values. Which, check out the values video on my channel if you need to find some good values to plug into that. So this is what we love in this first game. This is a quick timeout to let you guys know that I've been a pro DFS player for over 5 years and have over $100,000 in career winnings. And now I'm giving away all my secrets, which you can check out at patreon.com/tdavisbrand. The link is also in the description below. It's going to give you a cheat sheet for every major slate of the NFL season. So Thursday Night Football, Sunday main slate, Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, all the major slates, whether it be Showdown or the regular classic slates, you'll have access to my cheat sheet, as well as access to my private Discord where you can ask me anything fantasy football related. And I also have a NFL DFS ebook, How to Win at Daily Fantasy Football. It goes over every strategy you would want to win some cold hard cash this upcoming NFL season. We talk about things like bankroll management, contest selection, how to win GPPs, cash games, etc. So you can check that out at my Patreon shop as well. Then we go over to Buffalo Jets. I don't love much in this game. I always want to play Josh Allen, but you never really know who to pair with him here. Keon Coleman looked phenomenal in week 1 against the Ravens. Jets defense, I expect this game to be a little bit more low scoring, but that doesn't mean that Josh Allen cannot be the highest scoring quarterback on this slate. He easily can, and I think you could even run him out there naked. He is that effective, especially if you get some goal line touchdowns. So I don't mind running Josh Allen out there naked and stack in some other spots. Let's go to Cleveland, Baltimore, I expect to be a little bit more low scoring. Lamar is always in play, of course, but Cleveland's defense is pretty good, so I'm going to avoid that for the most part. I actually don't hate a Russell Malik Neighbors single stack here against Dallas, and then, of course, you can run it back with CeeDee Lamb and even maybe Jake Ferguson if you want to throw in there because he's pretty cheap, and you got a nice single with a double bring back. This is a nice game stack here. I don't think the Cowboys defense is going to be that good, especially give away your best pass rusher. We saw in against Philly, the defense did not look that good. I know Russell Wilson didn't look good either. It's a thin play, but you can definitely go with the Russell Neighbors single stack. I don't mind it. I'd be a little bit concerned that they could bench him in the second half for Jackson Dart if he struggles. But at the price tag, it's definitely worth consideration in tournaments. Cowboys, of course, Dak looked pretty good in week 1, I thought. He looked pretty effective through the air. Didn't have any, it didn't show in the results as far as the game goes, but I thought he looked decent there in week 1. I expect a big bounce back spot from CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what happened with those drops. He still was productive. So you can easily go with the CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens double, and then you can run it back with Malik Neighbors. And I actually do kind of like Tyrone Tracy this week in a bounce back. So you could run it back with Tracy or Neighbors there. Let's keep moving. Chicago, Detroit. We saw in the Chicago game, the first half, the defense looked pretty good. Second half, J.J. McCarthy figured them out. So I think the Detroit Lions should bounce back here in week 2. I know that there's a lot of question marks regarding the offense with Ben Johnson gone. But, I mean, at home in this dome, this is what we loved to stack last year. Every game in Detroit was like a shootout. I think it has the potential to be that again here, so I'm all aboard this game. Caleb Williams, you can easily fit any of these stack partners that you want. He actually liked Zacchaeus a lot in week 1, who's really cheap here at 3,600, so you could throw him in the mix. Of course, you can throw DJ Moore, Rome Odunze. Like, all the stack partners fit. Even if you want to throw Colson Loveland in there, which I'm still going to do a wait-and-see approach a little bit, a couple more weeks for him. But any of these 3 receivers, I love to pair with Caleb Williams. And then on the Detroit side, of course, Jared Goff doesn't give you the most upside with no rushing, and he struggled in week 1, but we can definitely go back to the well here. Amon-Ra, J-Mo, easy double, run it back with one of the receivers on the Bears, and they're all pretty affordable for the most part. I don't mind throwing in Sam Laporta in there instead of J-Mo or Amon-Ra if you so please. That's a nice stack right there. You can even throw Jahmyr Gibbs in there too, I wanted to mention. So, it's a little bit more pricey, but we can go with Gibbs and Amon-Ra as a double. A little bit more pricey, a little bit tougher to fit, so you got to make sure your values are on point, but it's definitely doable. And I don't, let's go over to, I think for the Patriots, I'm not really stacking them, but I do think Drake May is a nice naked rollout here, especially because you don't know who he's going to pass it to, right? You got Trevion Henderson, who's a capable stack partner. You got Stephon Diggs, you got Kayshon Boutte, who looked great. You got Pop Douglas, who caught a touchdown. There's just a lot of weapons here on this Patriots offense, and they're not that great, but there's just a lot of weapons, and Drake May can spread it around. So I think I like him as a naked rollout here. Miami, I'm avoiding for now. They look like a mess, and Patriots defense I expect to be pretty good, so I don't think I'm going to go with the Tua double here. It's probably going to be low owned, though, and the prices are doable, right, where you get Tua. You can even throw Achane in there, but Tyreek and Waddle, like that is the prices. They're not going to be this low ever, unless they're really bad this year, which is possible. But for that double stack to be that cheap, oh man, it tempts me. It really tempts me. But they look so bad in week 1. They look so just discombobulated, I would say. And then the Patriots defense will expect to be good, so I'm probably not going to do it. But those price tags are enticing there. Not much to like in these next 2 games. I expect them to be defensive battles. I like the Stafford double here. I think it's pretty nice with Nakua and Adams. I don't even think you need a bring back on the Titans. Calvin Ridley's really cheap, so you could throw him in there. But it's an okay double stack there with the Rams. The Cardinals, I think, are going to always be in play this year with their price tags. Kyler to Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride. And these are always very affordable. And then you can run it back with like a Tet McMillan is who I would probably run it back with on the Panthers side, and that's it. I wouldn't go double bring back here. Not a game I love, but I think the Kyler double has some interest there. Broncos, Colts, I'm avoiding. Daniel Jones looked good, though. He really did, but I don't think I'm going to go there. And then Philly, Kansas City. I'm going to try to get this game a lot as well. The thing with the Mahomes Chiefs stacks is they're banged up at receiver. So it's like, who do you stack them with? I like to throw Hollywood Brown in there, and probably Travis Kelce would be my double. I don't hate Tyquan Thornton. I think Tyquan Thornton will be on the outside with Brown, and then you got Juju in the slot. I don't have much interest in Juju at this point. I mean, I know he probably can get you 6 catches. He's cheap, but it's just the A-dot's going to be so low. There's not much upside there. You can throw him in your player pool for the double stack, but I don't love it. I think I'd probably lean towards the Eagles side here. Let's see the price tags. If we get Jalen and we get a A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, it's doable. The price tags aren't terrible, and you can run it back with Hollywood Brown is kind of how I'd look at it, or one of the cheap guys as well. I'm trying to get a lot of angles of this Chiefs Eagles game. I think it has potential to shoot out. So those are my top stacks for week number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said, please subscribe, hit this video with a like, comment down below your thoughts, and check out the Patreon and down the link in the description below. I'll be back for our values video, our under-owned gems video, as well as our Sunday night and Monday night showdown slate. So check those out here on the channel. Appreciate you guys, man. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and give this video a like. I appreciate it so much, as well as subscribe to the channel here on YouTube so you can check out all the videos that I have to offer.